One of my favorite drinks from Starbucks around the holiday time is the caramel brulee. So I decided to just make my own. So I added 1 cup of brown sugar and I went ahead and I put it in a pot and I kept stirring it until it melted completely. You have to make sure you watch this because you don't want it to burn. I mistakenly burned mine, so I had to remake it. But make sure you're watching it as it melts. The brown sugar doesn't take too long to melt down, so don't be like me and walking away. You want to stay next to your pot, continuously stirring it until it's ready for the next step. When it completely melts, you want to go ahead and add 1 cup of warm water. You're going to go ahead and keep stirring it until the sugar completely dissolves with the water. Then I went ahead and I added 1 whole can of sweetened condensed milk and I went ahead and I kept stirring it. You want to make sure it's thoroughly stirred and you want to let it cook down for about 10 minutes on low medium heat. After 10 minutes, you can add 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. It depends on how much of the vanilla flavor you want in your syrup or sauce. And I added a pinch of sea salt. But as you can see, I continuously making sure I stirred it so nothing gets stuck to the bottom and everything can go ahead and marry together well. When I turned the heat off, that's when I added the vanilla and I added the salt. You want to make sure you add this after you turn your heat off, because if you add it while the heat is still on, it will cook out the vanilla extract flavor. So that would be pointless. So you want to make sure you add the vanilla when you turn the heat off. One thing I have been loving is making my own syrup and sauces. It's so easy and it don't have all them little chemicals and different little things that they like to add to our food products. So I'm loving making my own stuff. I went ahead and added to a squeeze bottle, an old Torani squeeze bottle that I had already cleaned out, and I made sure my sauce was kind of cool before I added it to the bottle. And you want to make sure you strain it just for any lumps or bumps. You want it to be really smooth. This lasted me about a couple weeks to a month, but you want to make sure you keep, making sure, checking it, make sure it doesn't grow any mold or anything like that, but it should last you about a month. And the reason why I said to make sure you check your syrup and sauces is because when I made my cookie butter sauce, it grew mold so fast. I don't know what I did wrong, so I had to throw it out, so that was a waste. But make sure you just check your homemade sauces and syrups. Make sure you keep it in the fridge so it can last longer. And especially if there's any dairy in your sauce or syrup, you always want to make sure you keep it in the fridge. But this caramel brulee sauce was tea. I was so proud of myself and I was completely obsessed with this sauce. It was so good. I made so many different drinks with this, and this sauce soon gonna be discontinued at Starbucks because y'all know it's a limited time. So go ahead and make your own sauce. You can save you some coins and you can have your little sauce anytime you want, okay? And you'll know how to make it, so you don't have to wait for the holiday time. And if you want a step-by-step of how I made any of these drinks, they will be on my page.